Now, a lot of people like myself enjoy the Indiana Jones movies. Well, some of them at least. But there's been rumours going around now that they are planning to reboot a franchise due to Disney now owning Lucasfilm. And the idea of this reboot, I'm sort of fine with it. It's weird when it comes to reboots with me. But prime candidate for the role for Indiana Jones now, after Harrison Ford, is Chris Pratt, who, well, I've seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy. His character there was literally like Han Solo and Indiana Jones in one. Marvel's own. And, hey, he came across really well on that. He was fun, he was sarcastic, he was a bit cocky at times, a little bit like Indiana Jones. Now, again, a lot of people are a bit iffy on reboots here. I don't blame you. There's also reports of the reboot for Ghostbusters 3, which I think is a franchise that shouldn't be touched. We kind of did get out of Ghostbusters 3 with the video game, and I don't really see much point of doing it again. The first film was a classic, the second one was good, and it's so soon after Harold Ramis's death in 2014. No. This guy brought us great movies, such as Stripes, Groundhog's Day, The Ghostbusters, Caddyshack, Animal House. It's great. They're great movies, so why reboot it? Also, I'm getting sick of seeing that woman. I don't know, can't remember her name, but it just seems to be the same character over and over again in each of these trailers she's in. Do we really want a similar character like that again in Ghostbusters? No. I wouldn't really want that. Doesn't seem right. What made Ghostbusters work is because of the characters between Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, and Dan Aykroyd. They were just fun. They had their own personalities, as if they were friends and they had their differences. Look at the time, look at the point where they're trying to do their own advert for the Ghostbusters. They all have their own little way of doing it. Dan Aykroyd's quite enthusiastic about it, trying to get the message across. Harold Ramis, he's very kind of stern about it. He's very kind of, doesn't have much movement to it, and he's even looking at where he's meant to stand in the advert. He looks down to move where he's meant to go, and Bill Murray basically just doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care, he just gives out the most monotoned expression he could do, like, is there a ghoul, spectre, or ghost haunting you? It's like, that's Bill Murray right there. That's what made the film funny. This, how these characters worked off each other and their reactions and how they got on. That's what made the film good. It shouldn't really be rebooted. Now, back onto Indiana Jones. The only reason, actually, why I think this could sort of work is because of one image. This was posted to me, not through the mail, via Facebook. It was an image of Chris Pratt. His face. His face was off.
I'd like to take his face off.
You want to take his face?
Yes. His face off. The eyes, nose, it's coming off. The face.
Onto Harrison Ford's body from Last Crusade, and he looks the real deal. So I'm going to show you right now the two pictures compared, right? You have to sort of look twice at it, don't you? It's like, from a distance you'd think it's two Harrison Fords, until you get a little bit closer. Hey, that's Chris Pratt. And he does look like he would suit the role. That's the only thing I've got on it, really. That's the only kind of high level I've got. Thinking, okay, it could work. I think it could. Just because of that image. But, as long as the story's good, the characters are good, and it's actually well thought through, and it gives, well, it doesn't disrespect what came previously, like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, it'll be good. It could be a fun movie. It's a good way of, like, introducing another generation to Indiana Jones. And hey, with effects now and like practical effects, what they can do now, it could be good. As long as they do that, as long as you build sets and have practical effects in this movie, you're good, movie. You are good. I don't want to see like a shitload of CGI again. Unnecessary. Like Crystal Skull. And don't put aliens in it either. It doesn't need to be done. So, reboots can be good, reboots can be bad. It's like Poltergeist. I like the original Poltergeist. I think it's a great, I would say family horror movie. It's one of those horror movies what you could show to someone who's quite young and say, okay, here's a ghostly like movie for you, see what you think of it. And give them nightmares for a week or two. The first movie is perfect, and the sequel sort of dip downhill. Why am I alright with the reboot? I think it could be interesting, as long as it doesn't take the insidious and sinister look. I'm fine with it. In fact, I've heard that the team behind the reboot and remake of Evil Dead are behind it, which I enjoyed. Hey, you're not going to beat The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, but it was still a good movie. They went a lot with practical effects in the movie, which wasn't too bad. They could have done with a little bit more humour, though. Could have done with a bit more humour. And Dread. The original Dread with Sylvester Stallone. Shite. The Carl Urban one is kick-ass. It's ultra-violent. It did what Dread needed to be did. It was violent, and it was brilliant. It was like kind of going back and watching kind of the original RoboCop with ultra-violence and gore, like not proper gore, but good action. It was a fun action movie, and it knew its audience. It wasn't pandering itself to PG-13 like the remake, the reboot of RoboCop. If you're making a RoboCop or Dread movie, you make it R-rated. That's how you do it. So, reboots. What do you think? Is there reboots that you like? Is there reboots that you're not too fond of? And is there any thoughts? You know what could do with a good reboot? Comment below, and hey, I might do a video on what you think on reboots. I've been the Movie Maniac, your movie fanatic sociopath for this evening. See ya.